Hello everyone, this is Irene Lawrence again with Morristown Art Association, and right here we're here today to interview one of my favorite artists, and because of her art is actually right behind us. She does all kinds, and I want her to explain that a little bit more, but she's also Morristown Art Association as well as being at the gallery at the Rose Center. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Cathy.
Okay, my name is Cathy Teller. I've been a China painter since 1980. Before that time, my family's always been creative, so I was introduced to a lot of different things throughout my years, and I just decided I wanted to do something different than acrylics or oils or whatever, and I happened to be working with a woman that taught China painting, so I started taking classes, and the rest is history. So
that interest, I mean, when you said you started doing art, were you doing art with your family or were you self-taught?
Yeah, pretty much. We were a family. My mom told me she always knew I was going to be an artist of some kind, because when I did my little stick figures and that, I would put them on the inside of a door. I never did it on the wall as a little kid, but I did them on the inside of a door. But she always knew who to go to because I always signed my work.
Oh, that's good. That's some artist, and that's a good artist thing. You got to sign your work, because if you don't know
she said
who's
she knew
doing
I was
it.
going to be an artist someday because I signed my things.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it
That's
was
awesome.
like inside of a closet door or that kind of thing. So but I came from a creative family. I had
you mentioned something about
I had a mom and a grandma that both wanted art in their homes, and they couldn't afford what they wanted, so they started taking classes. So
and then they just did what they liked, and then they learned it,
and then my dad and my grandpa made all their frames. So
wow.
So
now you said you got into ceramic.
I got into the China painting. One of the ladies I worked with, one of my co-workers, I'm a retired postal employee, and she was one of my my fellow employees and fellow co-workers. Was inspiration. And I had seen China painting. I had an aunt that painted back in the 50s.
Wow.
But I didn't realize what it was, and so when I found out,
I'm reaching back here, excuse my reach, but I'm going to bring this a little closer so y'all can see. This art piece is incredible, and the flowers look so lifelike. It's incredible, and she does it on this wonderful porcelain, right? Porcelain. And where do you get the porcelain from?
My main company that I buy porcelain from right now is in Maryland. Okay. But they get the stuff that comes from all over the world, and we've had trouble. So I have a lot of supplies on hand that I've bought through the years that I sit and look at or open up my cabinet, and I gotta think a little bit outside of the box, different than a oil painter or acrylic or whatever, because I'm not going to put little teeny bitty flowers on a great big piece.
That's true. That's true.
I got to consider the size of the piece and what the piece is. So I've got to think one more step outside the box.
And that's different. That really is different as an artist that likes to paint on canvas. Because
the piece kind of sometimes dictates what's going to go on it. I'm not going to put some big huge flower on a little bitty keychain or
Now, do you do commission work?
I do. I have done some commission work, as long as you give me free artistic license.
I love that. And I'm going to tell you, she does, if you can look over at the top, she does these beautiful necklaces. And do you do any more? Do you do these anymore?
I'm not doing any more, so what's here and what's for sale, that's it. I'm having a hard time finding the thread.
I'm going to have to buy one.
I don't buy stuff on Amazon and that kind of stuff, which I'm sure I could probably find it somewhere, but... And
I'm going to be a little bit... I guess I want to just say to people, hey, if you're looking for that one piece of art or an item that you might want to get somebody for Christmas or a gift or anything special, come to the Rose Center and look at the art here. We have wonderful pieces. And jewelry, we have... Tell me about these. These are cool.
I call them back scratchers.
Back scratchers. I love it.
I've been making these scrubbers. I make a scrubber, but I don't sell them in here because I wouldn't be making a profit on them.
Ah, okay.
And
wow, this is so cool. I mean, I can see it scratching my back. Oh,
you know what? Somebody using it to clean with in the corners in your tub, and
Right.
And when they get dirty, well, these are on
sticks.
on spoons and stuff, but
They're washable
actual-
too, though. If
yeah.
they're on wooden, you can stick them in the dishwasher
Or the
and out
washing
the,
machine,
washing
but-
machine. And well, not these,
Not
but the
those.
dishwasher would be great
Yeah.
to get these all. If you're using them in the sink and stuff, that would be great to get them. But I think I might use it for a back scratcher. That is so cool. I love that. Now I'm going to ask you your creative process. You say you have to look at the piece and analyze it before you can do it. So how do you stay inspired when you have that limited space?
It just the pieces. I have a big cabinet and I open up the doors and I sit and look at the pieces and think about, okay, what do I want to paint on next? Because what's different with mine is mine's all usable art.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
The porcelain can go into the microwave, it can
wow.
go in the dishwasher. It's fired in. I fire my pieces.
Oh, wonderful. That
I
is
have 2 kilns,
awesome.
and so all my pieces are fired. So it's just like any kind of china you eat off of.
Oh, way cool.
So that's
I
what
love
makes
that.
it different.
And you also
I mean,
have,
I use mugs right now that I painted in 1994.
and you also have these wonderful flat pieces that
Those
look,
were
are these darling.
glass bottles that I also discovered through another China painter.
Yeah.
The kiln does the work. My work is cleaning them, drying them,
And then the kiln,
and
you
then
put it in
kiln
the
does
kiln.
the actual work.
And it melts it down?
Melts it down.
Oh, very cool. And she's got some fun pieces too. I love it. How do you know when a piece of your artwork is finished?
I don't think you can ever be finished. I have to just say, okay, I think I've had enough. I got to walk away.
You just walk away from it. And do you ever come back to it, look at it?
Oh yeah.
And revisit it,
And
say
revisit
maybe.
and say, yeah, maybe I should put some more. Or I just brought a couple new pieces in today, and I thought I was done on one of the pieces, and then I decided, I need a couple more touches. But every time I put a layer of paint, I got to refire.
Oh.
Because until mine's fired, it'll
Can there
wipe off.
Can there be danger in doing that, refiring any pieces?
It's always, every time you light up the kiln or, turn the kiln on, there's always
A risk.
a risk.
Oh, that's really good.
So, and then I recycle anything that breaks or cracks or does whatever, then I recycle the pieces to another artist that does mosaics.
Oh, how much fun is that?
Plus my cones, because I have old kilns. My kilns I bought in the 80s, so
Okay.
they're not the super electronic.
So you actually can repurpose them. Can't hand them off to somebody who can repurpose
So
them.
anytime
That's
that
awesome.
I've gotten pieces that are cracked or, because you don't know.
No, it's
When
true.
I buy my pieces, they come plain white.
And then you just add
Or,
to them.
but I've also painted on Crocs and
Oh, fun.
different things.
Have
too.
you ever thought of teaching a class?
I have, but the only problem with it is when you're teaching outside of your own home, I have to get the pieces back to my house to fire them.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
So that's a lot of work. Plus, if I touch it until it's fired, it wipes off.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting to know. I'd love to see the process. I think that would be really interesting. Maybe we can revisit this and do a video of her doing it at her house. So about your career and your business, I know that you work here at the Rose Center and you're accessible to a lot of people that come in and out of the shop, and that really works wonders. But how do you promote your work?
I really don't. Mine's all word of mouth, family, friends, whatever. I've painted, gifted, sold. I don't promote my stuff on Facebook. It's what's in here is what's for sale, and then what we have like at the library or the different shows and stuff that I've been in. That's pretty much my advertisement. I don't do.
That's wonderful. Do you have a network of artists that you work with that can support you through maybe the internet?
Yeah, if I decide to do that. I just don't. I'm not that great on the computer. I do have a group of women, like I try to take other kind of classes and support the arts here, but I do go to Knoxville twice a month. With a group of other China painters that
wonderful.
are here in Tennessee. I belong to, it's called the Knoxville Porcelain Artists. There's, on a good day, if everybody's there, there's 11 of us that get together.
Oh, that sounds great.
And we all we interchange with each other, or
Have you ever submitted any of your art to any award,
oh
to
yeah,
win
I've
awards?
won several awards. I didn't ever enter anything till I moved to Tennessee,
Oh,
and so I have won awards at some of our juried art shows.
can
And
you kind of let us know a little bit?
I didn't paint on tiles and have them framed until I moved to Tennessee. I painted on pieces that people could use.
Right.
So then when I got into the Morristown Art Association, I found out about the juried art shows and the
Right.
other venues. And so, I changed from there to
Wow.
paint some tiles and then get them framed. But I can't just go to like Hobby Lobby and buy a frame. I have to
No,
have
yeah.
mine,
Has to be fired. It
Yeah.
has to be, and they don't
it
have
has
that
to
kind
be
of process.
professionally framed once I get the tile fired and whatever. But I have a whole container of
And so
awards
you've
that
won
I've won.
awards for that. That's great. Anything first place? Have you ever placed first? I know I haven't.
Not first place, but I've gotten honorable mentions. I've gotten second place. I won an award at Walter State. That was last spring.
Oh, wonderful. What was that?
I had a big vase with sunflowers on it.
Oh,
But I
fun.
won a gift certificate.
Wow. Did somebody stop by it?
Nobody bought it, but I won an award. and
Yeah. I mean, is it in the shop?
That's not in the shop. I have it at home.
Oh, okay.
It's my own
She's keeping
piece.
it for herself. And that's important. Sometimes we do that. We say that's not for sale.
Yeah.
So what got you first into art? I know you said your parents, your mother has been doing that. Is that what it was? You just saw somebody doing it and say, I'm gonna try it?
Well, like I said, it was a lady that I worked with that was
Got
a
into
teacher
yeah.
at her home, and so I would go after work, go to her home, and where I learned what to do. And then I found out after that I had an aunt that painted back in the 50s, but I didn't realize she had done that.
Wow.
And
So it's in your blood.
yeah,
It's in your blood.
and so once my aunt, when she discovered what I was doing, she gifted me all of her supplies that she still had, because she quit painting. And if we hadn't lived over an hour apart, she said she would have come to my house for classes. So
That would have been fun.
I
wouldn't
did
it?
teach before I moved here. I had 4 students that came every week to my home. So
Wow. So define yourself as successful artist. How do you define that?
I don't know, I just like what I'm doing, and so I'll continue. And if I can sell a couple pieces here and there, I'm happy. If somebody wants my things that much, and it's, like I said, usable. I'm using mugs at my own home that I painted in 1993 and 94.
Wow.
I go home today, warm up a cup of coffee, and then throw in the microwave, and then put it in the dishwasher and get a clean one out tomorrow.
That's a form of success. You can sit there and enjoy your own piece, and that's wonderful. Can you describe any ideal working environment?
I don't know. I pretty much paint on my own, like I said, and I go twice a month to a church in Knoxville where a group of us get together and paint. But we all bring our own supplies, and then but I'm around other artists that do the same thing I do.
Do you find that very comforting?
But the same art principles are any kind of art. The
Explain a little bit.
values,
Yeah,
the placement, the starting process is all the same, no matter what kind of art you're working at, and the lights and the darks and all that kind of stuff. And it's just on different
It's wonderful.
different material.
I know I've asked a lot of I ask this constantly over and over to all of my interviews, because I think it's really important. How do you handle criticism?
I'll take any kind of criticism. If somebody, has got an idea that'll help me improve what I do, hey,
Wonderful. Yeah.
that's great. But
Grow from it.
I can't say that I get a whole lot, because there's not a whole lot of people that do what I do. It's an old art that nobody knows a whole lot about anymore.
And you can just they can just sit there and appreciate it. I know I've asked a lot of questions. Is there anything that I haven't possibly missed out that you would like to expound on?
Not that I can think of. I think you've done,
And
I don't know what else to
And she's done a very good job.
add.
You got to come in and take a look at the art gallery here, art shop here in Morristown Art Association pieces that have done, they've done amazing jobs. And it's here at the Rose Center. So please come and say hi. Cathy's here on Wednesday mornings, and I'm trying to be here on Mondays, Wednesday afternoons, and every other Friday. So hopefully we'll see you there. Take care and have a good day.